This video will be a tour of the interface. In the WaterStrategy platform, models are grouped into projects, and models are actually referred to as networks. So here, training material is a project, and inside it groups networks and sub-projects. Here you can see the amount of projects and networks within a project. So here we're going to use training material. We're going to use demo 1. So inside a network, you can use the Home tab or the My Projects tab and go back to the original home page. Online training takes you to a page that I'm sure you've already found on the website. Using the Favorites tab, you can bookmark projects, networks, and scenarios. You can also use the Recently Accessed and Recently Modified tabs. And hitting back to training material takes you to your project folder. So here the network is demo 1. Inside a network, you can run a model. This button provides access to advanced network utilities, such as importing or exporting network data. You can download a model, that way you can run it offline or send to somebody. And here you can view your network data. Up top, you can change the name. So we're going to change the name to Training 1 and update. So as you see, it updates here. You'd have to actually leave the network and then re-enter the network, or not re-enter, leave the network, and then it'll update once so. You can edit the inputs, for example, the start and end. So here we'll change it to 2047, and you'll see it update there. In the Settings tab, you can choose whether or not to display labels. Label your nodes. You can choose to have link direction on or off, whether or not to show tooltips. So you see here, it has a description of tooltip, and now it does not. You can have a sidebar, auto hide, when you're not using it. And you can always categorize attributes by type. So that's within a node, and it'll group the attributes in as scalars or descriptors, etc. Okay. In the info, you can see your network ID, some other information. Alright, so in your model you have multiple scenarios. For this one there's only one scenario, it's baseline, but normally you'll create other scenarios. This is changing stuff such as input data, hydrology. You can clone a scenario, edit a scenario, trash a scenario, refresh your scenario list, bookmark a scenario, or you can compare scenarios. Alright, so let's go ahead and run the model. So here we'll be using our baseline scenario. The output frequency is the default. Our solver is glpk. You could also use lp solve. So we're running. So a yellow model, or a yellow color, shows that it is in queue. Blue means it is running. Green means it is successfully run, and red means that there's an error. We'll keep up with that when it finishes. So here, when you're building a model, you can use any of these nodes and enter data accordingly, and links that connect the nodes. It's also useful to search for when you have many nodes. Here we don't have too many, but when your model has a lot of nodes or links or both, it is useful to search instead of zooming in and trying to find the specific what you're looking for. So you can search for example, my catchment. That's right here. And that will give you data about it. So as you can see, our model was a successful run, or our run was a successful run. The bomb button here So sometimes when you import files or import a network, it'll come in all clustered, and it's hard to like pick each individual node and link. Here you can use this bomb button and it'll expand everything, so it'll make it all bigger. We are currently in the map view. If you go to the resources tab, you can see your nodes, links, and the groups you've created. I have not created any groups, but you can group nodes and links. The metrics tab provides functionalities for aggregation of model outputs. Custom rules, you can create custom operating rules. You specify custom rules using parameters. You can also specify custom recorders. So parameters is a way to add parameters that aren't in PyWR. That is the same for recorders. The analysis tab is used for comparing nodes and links within scenarios. And the members tab, you can see the users that have access to the network and how they have access and the permissions they possess. And you can also share to other users. Thank you guys for watching.